There are plenty of Indiana high schools that have unique nicknames, but of them, few have mascot costumes. That's because uncommon nicknames are usually symbolic of communities or landmarks rather than lions, tigers, and bears. The weekly special's Dave Leno explores two out of the ordinary high school mascots and the history behind them.
Every school day at Shoals Junior-Senior High School, Principal David Springer ends his greeting on the same note.
This concludes your morning announcements. Thank you and have a great day. And remember, it's great to be a Jug Rock.
The odd-shaped rustic rock is the school's mascot. It's nestled in the outskirts of southern Indiana, a prime destination for Emerson Houck, an author of 2 mascot books, to discover unique school nicknames.
We realized about the second day on the road that we weren't going to see the country by interstates. So we got interested in driving back roads, which meant we went through a lot of small towns. And what do you see when you go to a small town? Home of the Bearcats, home of the Braves, something on the water tower, paw prints on the road going into town. And I realized how proud people were of their local high school and the mascot that brought them all together.
Houck says the idea of high school mascots dates back to the 1920s, a decade when sports fanatics first sparked interest in interscholastic athletics. Who was the first school to adopt a nickname? It just depends who you ask.
Well, there are several claims as to who was the first one in Indiana. Shortridge claims to be the first with Felix the Cat. And that, Laura Goss, in her definitive book on Shortridge High School, says that happened at a game with Manual Redskins. They weren't called the Redskins yet, but with the Manual red-clad team in 1925. Now, Logansport, by an odd coincidence, also calls their teams Felix the Cat, and as well as the Berries, Logansport Berries. And they claim to have done it at about the same time.
Although it's uncertain who the forefather of Indiana mascots is, one point is clear. Animals and people are the most common school names. That's why Shoals natives of Martin County take great pride in their mascot, even if outsiders can't describe the Jug Rock. Michael Harding, a longtime teacher and coach at the school, is used to the question.
It is actually in the shape of a jug. If you can see on the floor, it's shaped just like that. It is brown. It has a narrow top, and then the top gets on it.
Over 100 miles north of Shoals, Speedway High School athletic director Barry Gardner fields many questions like Harding. But these inquisitions are regarding the Sparkplug mascot.
The town of Speedway was originally founded because of the track, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and Allison Motor Plant. And back in around 1937-38, the high school students decided it's time for a nickname change, and they wanted something that was unique. They wanted something that reflected the town and the community and the track, and so they voted on the Sparkplugs, and it came out the winner, and we've been the Speedway Sparkplugs ever since.
Whether the school carries a well-known nickname or not, it's been a tradition for Hoosiers to follow their beloved high school teams. To this day, students, parents, even folks from around town unite at athletic events and embrace one another through cheers. And in the middle of the stands and the court is the mascot, the one who ignites the spirit and ultimately helps create an unforgettable atmosphere. Reporting for the weekly special, I'm Dave Leno.
Most schools take volunteers to put on the mascot and lead his or her fan base in cheers and songs. But at Shoals and Speedway, their costumes are reserved for just a few spirited students, ones who can carry out their nicknames, history, and epitomize their school's traditions to the fullest.
It's a really fun story. I just wanted to say that here at Terre Haute South, their mascot is actually the Brave, and actually they took away the costumed mascot many years ago, which is very true for many schools that had a Native American as their mascot. Kind of interesting.